G'day everyone, today I've made my way down to the Ovens River for another afternoon bait fishing session. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now I've been doing quite a bit of this sort of fishing lately, and I probably will do right throughout winter. It's just getting to that time of year. I don't do as much lure fishing in the winter months. This is very slippery, so I've got to be careful where I put my feet here. But anyway, I do look forward to this time of year each year, just coming down to the river and these cold autumn afternoons and drowning some bait. I've got two rods, they've both got paternosteries, and I've baited them both up with Jan-Juck worms. And I'm just going to go, this one can just go out there. Little stumpy rod can just go out there. That might be a bit too far over. Some of you may remember this spot. I fished here back in the summer when it was really hot. The water was really dark. And the shrimp were just insane, constant nibble, 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 nibble. And I didn't think I'd catch anything. I went through so many worms that night, but I did catch a big carp, a lovely Yellowbelly, and a small Murray cod, if I remember rightly. And I vowed to come back in the cooler months when the shrimp weren't so bad. So that's now, I'm back. Now it's time to play the waiting game. I won't be fishing until after dark tonight like I've been doing a bit of lately because I didn't bring my little torches. I completely forgot them, to be honest, but I'm not too fussed because I was thinking about going home at sunset anyway, so I'll fish until after sunset for a while, and as soon as it gets too dark to see what I'm doing, I'll pack up. Look at this, what's got that, a turtle or a crayfish? My guess is that I've caught or about to catch a crayfish. Will we see the big white claws? Just for no reason, just pull down, no nibbles, no warning, just look at the big claws, look. Well, there's my first catch. And I reckon that would almost be a legal sized crayfish. It's got no eggs. Ha! Here's the hook. Oh, beauty. I'll get a photo of that. Well, I've got my photo. That would be a legal crayfish, I reckon, a legal size. Bon voyage. See you later, mate. Yeah, that water's clear. That's probably 60 or 70 centimetres down there, and I can still see it quite easily. And just still make it out. Well, that's a very good sign for the upcoming cray season, which is almost at our doorstep. At the time of filming, cray season's still closed, so it doesn't matter what the size is. They've got to go back, so while it might be a legal sized cray, it certainly wasn't a legal cray, because none of them are until June the 1st. I've just come over here to my rods because I just had a really nice bite on the stumpy rod. Just had another little jab, a sharp little nibble on the stumpy rod. Just had another nibble. It seems, there it goes. I'm just going to say, it seems about every 10 or 15 minutes my line just goes tap tap and then stops, just once. Gee whiz, that southerly breeze is cool. Just had my first bite on the long rod. My chances of getting to that rod in time without slipping over, if I get a decent bite, are pretty slim, I think. It's quite slippery over there and I've got no grip on my shoes. But anyway, hopefully I get a decent bite and we can find out. That's a very crayfishy looking bite on the stumpy rod there then. It's gone slack. I'm going to reel it in and check before he steals on me worms again. Yep, I have another crayfish on here. I have another crayon. Not a Crayola crayon, another cray on my line. Doesn't feel as big as the last one. No, not as big. He's trying to get off. He must be hooked. It's got bigger claws. The other one didn't seem to have very big claws. Might be as big as the last one. He's a bit Mr. Bow-tangled. Certainly got bigger claws. Oh. Gee, they're sharp on your fingers, these things. Yeah, not quite as big as the last one. Gee, they're cool creatures. These are such cool creatures. No eggs. See you later, mate. Now, to my Australian viewers, my Aussie viewers, if I use a title for this video like catching giant crayfish on my fishing rod or something like that, there's no need to get upset with me. I know you've caught bigger. I've caught bigger too. These are big, but I've certainly caught bigger. But these Murray crayfish, or spiny Murray crayfish, are the second largest freshwater crustacean in the world. So they are giant compared to what most people see in most other countries. So while these aren't the biggest of what we catch, they're still very big, and in a lot of people's eyes, they're giants. And I love catching them. And if you're from overseas and you want to know more about these, Google Google Murray crayfish, or spiny Murray crayfish, and read all about them. They're quite fascinating. Right, both lines are in, and it's time to wait for another bite. Hopefully the next bite is from a finned fish. That's the whole idea. I've come here targeting finned fish because the crayfishing season is still closed. Oh, there's a nibble. But this close to the winter, finned fish can be a little bit few and far between. I've had a really good run lately. But going back to what I said before about if I call these giant crayfish, when I was growing up, we had AMV4, which was Aubrey Murray Valley, or GMV6, Channel 6, from Goulburn Murray Valley, over on the Goulburn River at Shepparton. They were our local TV stations, and they broadcast to the Aubrey Valley, or Murray Valley, and the Goulburn Valley. But these days, the internet is worldwide. Oh, that for a bite. Got him, that's a fish. These days, the internet is worldwide, and people see my videos from all around the world, and this is fighting like a nice yellowbelly. It is a nice yellowbelly, that's why it's fighting like one. Wow! I am having a dream run this autumn with yellowbelly. You beauty. I'll leave that in the net for a minute. As I was saying, the internet is worldwide. Not like Goulburn Murray Valley and Aubrey Murray Valley. So people from all around the world land on my videos, and they find yabbies fascinating, and they say that crayfish are enormous. Even our small ones are huge to them. Let's get a photo with this yellowbelly. Right, I'm laying on my stomach. Got out of my hand quicker than I wanted him to. Anyway, see you later, mate. Long way back up. Wow, I am truly blessed. I've just had a dream run. I just put one worm on here to top up the ones that are already on the hook, but I'm having a dream run lately. I have caught more yellowbelly this May than I did all throughout spring and summer put together. I've just had a dream run. I must have done something right upstairs, I think, because the fishing gods are really shining on me. Another bite on them worms again, the ones I just put back in. I just had a bite on the long rod, and I swear it was a shrimp bite, a bite from a freshwater shrimp. You can tell they go tap, 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 tap. I would have thought the water would be too cold for shrimp by now. We've had a few frosts. The water's very cold. I'm catching freshwater crayfish, which is a sign of how cold the water is. There's a big camp on that sandbar up there. I can hear them talking, but I can smell their campfire smoke. Sort of making me wish that I was camping at the moment. I've just gone to check the bait on this little stumpy rod, and I reckon there's another crayfish. Oh, he just let off. Just got off. Just let go. Yep, there was another crayfish on there. Didn't see the bite. He was just sitting there eating my worms. Oh, put some fresh ones on and put it back out. They must just walk up to the worms and just go chomp, 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 and not actually try and take them anywhere, just eat them where they are. And that's why I don't get a bite. I just had a little nibble on the stumpy rod. So what I'm going to do is bring my landing net down here, just reel it in slowly in case there's a crayfish just sitting there eating the worms. And there's not. And that's okay. Maybe next time. Let's check the baits on these lines. Oh, snagged. First one tonight. Gone. Snapped. Let's check this other one. There's a crayfish on here. Just sitting there, chewing on the worms. Here comes the claws. Here come the claws. Oh, got him. He got off at the last minute. Bit smaller, this one. Little one. I'm trying to get audio of him hissing, but he's not hissing. Well, that one's smaller than the last two. That's an undersized one, that one. 3 crayfish on 1 yellowbelly fish. I'm having fun. 3 protected species and 1 legal species that I chose to release. And what will I call this video? Giant crayfish and yellowbelly? But then people will think I've caught a giant yellowbelly. Giant crayfish and not so giant yellowbelly. It's always hard knowing what to call the video. At the end of autumn, I froze my fingertips off catching these crayfish. That'd be the most logical thing I could call. We're going for -5 tonight, I think. I just had a nibble on little stumpy out there while I'm baiting up this long rod. As soon as I put this in, I'll go and check it again, just in case there's something sitting there feeding on the worms. Right, well, they can go out there. Well, I'm not getting so much action there, but not as much action there. Oh, that was probably too far. I don't want to get snagged again. I'll reel it in a bit. Not as much action out there. Well, this little bite in the stumpy rod, that was quite a fast, sharp, jab, fishy kind of a bite, that one. Maybe I won't check it just yet, I might just wait. The line's gone tight on this stumpy rod, it's not moving, I don't think. Yes it is, it's just jabbed a little bit forward then. I might just check this. Nothing there. Just had a nibble on little stumpy rod. Getting a nibble on the long rod there. There it goes. It's pulling down. Got him! Oh, what have I got? Oh, he's gone. I reckon that might have been a big carp. It's a bit like a carp, and it felt like a carp, and it snapped my line like a carp. Dirty fish. Well, that sucks. It snapped at the hook, which is unusual, because that's where the paternoster rig. It snapped there. Oh well, re-rig, get the line back out. Never know, you might come back. What I've done is I've just tied a line. That was where the loop was, but the loop is broken. So I've used the line that formed the loop just to tie it on a single strand. Wish me luck. It's a bit dodgy, but it's getting late in the day. The sun has set. I'm running out of time. So this might get me through to the end of the day. And if I hook a big fish and it snaps the line again, I'll regret that I've done it. Another nibble on the long rod. Is that another carp? Looks very carpy. Trying to let this one snap the line. Be interesting to see whether it's got my other hook in its mouth, if it is. It's a carp, I can confirm, I've seen it. I've got colour. That didn't take long. I only lost the last one about 2 minutes ago. Just checked that I'm filming here. Yep. The camera is rolling. At least I've seen this. It can snap me line all it likes. At least I've seen it and I know what it is. It's got a lot of fight. It's not even an enormous carp. At this stage it looks like maybe a 50. Certainly not a record breaker. I'd like to get on him past this line but without tangling it, but I don't know whether I can do that or not. Where's my net? I'll come down here into the mud zone. Oh, slippery. Into the net, mate, into the net, and got him. Carp me up. Shit, slippery. Shit, very slippery. I knew it was going to happen. It was always going to happen. Oh, lucky I'm in fine, fit physical condition and I didn't injure myself. I've had an awesome afternoon. I've had a dream run lately. I've just had such a good run. I've been catching yellowbelly quite frequently, getting a few crayfish. I've just been living the dream. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have and you're thinking about subscribing, I just want to let you know that I upload videos regularly, usually 3 or 4 times a week. Thank you all very much for watching.